The mother of the 17-year-old who disappeared with the school soccer coach is speaking of her heartbreak to Inside Edition.
You always want to protect your children. And I can't do that right now.
We showed Scarlett Fresina the surveillance photos of her daughter Caitlin apparently on the run with the 27-year-old coach.
She appears fine, and I love that. But that was Sunday when those things were taken. She had only been gone a couple of hours. I do not know what has happened since then.
The surveillance photos show Caitlin and coach Ryan Rodriguez at gas stations as they made their way north from Florida, possibly heading for the Canadian border. But cops say the trail has gone cold, despite the national attention the case is getting.
I think they're laying low a little bit, but we're just hoping that they will see some of the coverage and make the right decision.
Scarlett says she had no idea her daughter had a secret relationship with Rodriguez.
He has been to our house. We felt like we knew him, that he was a great guy, a good guy. It was such a shock to find out that not only is my daughter gone, but she's gone with somebody that we had trusted.
What bewilders Scarlett is that her daughter has a steady boyfriend. They even spent Thanksgiving together. Just 4 days later, Caitlin snuck out of her bedroom window and vanished with the coach. Her boyfriend.
Welcome to the Best Friend Weekend Podcast. This your man Aldo Nice.
Wow, it's that boy C.A.P, a.k.a. Lowe's, back at it.
Yeah, man. We were supposed to have Raj on here today, but I mean, you know how schedules go, and I think something had, it was the same scam last night.
Yeah.
Like,
Shout out Raj, you're smoother.
I think he was chilling because of them Saints. They had us all kind of in that little.
I was in my feelings all day today, honestly.
Well, we'll bounce back next week, I suppose.
We better. We get Kamara back, we're gonna be all right.
We nasty out there, boy. I want to start off the podcast by apologizing for last week. Somebody actually hit me up and he said he was like, man, which one of y'all fools had a smoke alarm going off in the background? The whole thing, like, man, it was me. So,
you ain't put the batteries in the daddy?
I mean, I did not. I mean, but I had to cop to it because I didn't even really notice. Stuff like that be going on in your house, and it just be like, you don't even hear it.
Well, really, you hear it the first day or two. And then after that, you just tune it.
Well, I got this bird that live like next door.
That bird, that would scare me, though.
So when you hear that whole loud bird, yeah.
That's
so I didn't, it kind of had that same little audible pitch, so I ain't really.
You thought it was the bird in him?
I thought it was the bird with
the gay daddies.
Boy, stop. So apologies, we got that taken care of, and to answer another question from last week, Raj was talking about baby poop, and it was a interesting question. I mean, I kind of didn't even give a shit about it afterwards. Basically, the premise of what he was saying. Well, I mean, yeah, actually, right. But at the end of the day, he basically said Raj was asking the question. If like when women pregnant, do babies poop inside of them? It was such a dumb question that I just put it out of my mind. I didn't even care.
He can't honestly believe that.
Well, I mean, it's still a question, right?
Babies duke inside of women. I
mean, he asked it. We didn't have an answer, but guess what? A listener hit us up and was like, and he said he's a doctor. Shout out Doc.
Doc?
This podcast brought to you by Doc. He said, and I quote, "I don't think there's a such thing as fetal feces due to the baby not actually eating anything in utero. I do think there's baby piss, though."
Oh.
So babies do be taking a leak.
You know what, though? Have you ever been in a room with the birth before?
With birth?
With somebody having a baby before?
Some dogs.
Dogs? That don't count. Okay, well, it's almost the same thing a little bit. But it's crazy. It don't even look like a vagina at that point when the baby is coming out. It looks like it's meant to birth a kid, like
a canal.
Yeah, it's something you have to see. And then afterwards, they have the afterbirth is the nastiest stuff ever, and they put it in a red bag, and it stink.
Okay, I think that's a lot more than what I wanted to know at this moment. I think I'd rather be surprised by this one.
Because if you don't have that label on, you'll feel some kind of way when the doctor got half his forearm in your lady. He be in there reaching, like, and it just go in there and grab it. So If you ain't got the lay money, make you go get them pills to get the thing bigger.
I think you're ridiculous right now.
Just tell the truth.
I mean, I don't think nobody got a lay more that's like a doctor's arm.
Some people do got lay more like that.
They got problems though.
You ain't see the dude with the world's biggest dick?
So anyway. Something else I was thinking about. Look, I was on Facebook this week, and I don't remember what the exact quote was, but a dude was like,
a bunch of quotes on Facebook.
Man, I get a lot of the content from Facebook just by listening to people talk about stuff and being like,
Facebook
man,
too sensitive for me.
Well, I like to watch what people talking about, and then
developing your own opinion from it all,
or just judge people.
Yeah.
So the one that I'm on right now, what really grinds my gears is when somebody say, man, it was time for me to see what all the fuss was about. And then they'll show a picture or something. And they be on like some basic shit.
They be late, basically.
They do be late. We're going to get on lateness later.
Okay, go ahead.
But dude was like, not even later. We're going to get on in a second. But dude was like, he had a picture of like some Whataburger. And the quote was like, it's time for me to see what all the fuss about.
Whataburger.
Like Whataburger, like oh boy, like a dude just kind of in the store and it's really ridiculous. It's like some stuff that somebody might be walking through H&M in Houston and it's like a little dude from the country, like somewhere in Lafayette, and he's like, man, it's time for me to see what all the fuss is about.
Boy, you late, boy. I gave clothes away from H&M already.
That's what I'm saying. And I don't even go to Whataburger. Like Jack in the Box. Let me see what all the fuss about.
What? Come on. Relax, bro.
I think you just you got to think about it before you post that.
Yeah. I think too, people just post just to say I posted something.
Yeah.
And just try to get some likes and comments. Because if you think about it, when you post something, if you posted something and didn't get any likes or comments, how long would you post?
How long would it stay up there?
I mean, how long would you continue to post? If every time you post something, you didn't get no likes and no comments.
Oh, man. They got people who do it all the time. They got people who post stuff on Instagram, 1-2 likes every time.
Yeah.
I don't know how that would hurt my self-esteem.
My self-esteem is very high.
Yeah.
But that would definitely do it. Like, you don't want to hear anything, especially if it's original, my words or something. Like, if I'm out here, I really thought about it. Like, they supposed to come in and go through like 40 rap songs to try to find that one, you know what I'm saying? That one little quote that make it sound good and they thought it was fire. And you get 3 likes. Yeah. And you showed your booty. So my rule for that is that only could stay up for about an hour or so. If I post something and I check back in an hour and ain't nobody liked it, that thing never existed. No, it didn't. Scrubbing the internet. Because you know why? Because nobody saw it anyway. If they did, they didn't like it.
So Bill Rod said this, like, this is funny if you go back to the first episode of Best Friend Weekend podcast when we did the top 10 of 2016, which putting in a quick plug, top 10 of 2017 coming real soon in the next few weeks. So that's gonna be
cool.
A little anniversary episode, I guess, even though it's not really an anniversary. Like we said, like the first thing maybe out of our mouth was, hey, this is the Best Friend Weekend podcast. We're gonna try something. And if nobody likes this podcast, we're going to scrub the internet. Yeah. Nobody going to ever know it existed. Nobody going to know it existed. That's how I go. Well, luckily, I mean, we got some people out here who, man. Hey, they say, hey, man, I'm going to work this Friday. I got to listen to that Best Friend Weekend. I get, like this morning, I got multiple texts.
Where y'all at?
Where y'all at today? Yeah. So, hopefully.
I know I'll be looking for it.
Yeah, so hopefully.
Especially when I'm on there.
That's how this shit. You was like, so when you saw it, you was like, let me see what all the fuss about.
Let me see what the fuss is about. This nigga loose. This nigga with these 16 names.
Knowing you the one who recorded it, you're still gonna post talking about. Let me see what the fuss about.
What is the fuss about?
With this loose.
You've been on Best Friend Weekend 30 months now.
Speaking of let's see what the fuss about in Facebook. That was a good transition. You said it earlier. Let's see what all the fuss about with Bitcoin,
bruh. You know how black folk get a hold of something and then take it to like the 35th power. It's just like, I think Bitcoin's like the new, when Uber first came out, remember when Uber just first hit and everybody went nuts and like, you leave people taking Ubers around the corner to the corner store just to say I'm in an Uber. You know what I mean? Like just to say you're in an Uber, just it becomes too much.
Okay, we'll come back and I'll let you talk about Uber because that's a very fun. That's an on point analogy. I mean, it's analogous to this because I mean, like I saw the post and it was like anyone in my area in the cryptocurrency ? And then somebody else was like, they responded. It was like, "What's that?" question mark, and then somebody else was like, "What's that?" Like Bitcoin question mark. So like they don't even really know what it is.
No.
So like as of this week, everybody like, "What's Bitcoin?" So I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of just kind of a little backstory on what Bitcoin is. It's a cryptocurrency and basically a worldwide payment system. I'm taking this part right off of Wiki. It's the first decentralized digital currency. The system works without a central bank or a single administrator. So I mean, I know that sounds like just a lot of words, and I can maybe
definitely sound like jargon to me.
Well, let me say it again. This is kind of really what it means. Let's put it in layman's terms. It's like it's a basically Bitcoin is like currency, right? Mm-hmm. And it's like they make it. The idea was you make a limited amount of Bitcoin. Mm-hmm. So there's like a limited supply. Like basically when it's all said and done in the year of like 2150, which is like 100 plus years from now, they're only going to make approximately like 28 million Bitcoins. So Bitcoins is like there's only going to be like 28 million of them. So there's going to be some kind of demand for them, right? So you can actually like buy a Bitcoin, one Bitcoin, right? And
how much would that run you?
So it depends on how much the market says the Bitcoin costs. So the thing was, at the beginning of this year, the cost of Bitcoin was around $1,000 for one. So if you got one Bitcoin, it was worth $1,000. I don't know how many they are in circulation now, but at the beginning of this year, it was $1,000 for one. And within a couple of days, I mean, not a couple of days, but within like the span of this year, that same Bitcoin, one Bitcoin will cost you $10,000. So if you would have bought like one Bitcoin, then your $1,000 Bitcoin is now worth $10,000. The price of Bitcoin coin is actually came close this week to $20,000, and it's settled at $16,000. So if you have Bitcoin and you're sitting on some Bitcoin somewhere, you can do the math at home. Like you don't have to buy a Bitcoin. Like I don't own a Bitcoin, so I don't own I didn't buy $1,000 worth of Bitcoin in January. Matter of fact, there's a bunch of different type of cryptocurrency. So it's not just Bitcoin. There's also Litecoin, there's Ethereum. But, this podcast is brought to you by Daniel. We're going to get Daniel on here. This probably would have been a good podcast to have Daniel on here. White Boy Daniel from the party. You know?
I like White Boy Daniel.
White Boy Daniel is cool people.
My favorite white boy ever.
And you... even though you've met Daniel like once and a half times, and that's your favorite white boy.
Not even a half, just once.
And that's your favorite
really half a time.
And that's your favorite white boy ever.
Daniel's the coolest white boy in history. He let me call him a nigga like over and over again. He ain't said not one word.
But he tapped me and was like, "Hey man, could you please tell your friends to stop using
Everybody's
the N-word?"
But shout out Daniel, man.
Yeah, this podcast brought to you by Daniel.
And he brought and he's like a beer connoisseur. Like he cool.
He a beer connoisseur. He think that.
and he cheated us too in beer pong. But Daniel, you cool. He's like, no, my bad, man. I didn't know.
He was just informing y'all of the rules of everything. But Daniel actually hit me up last year. Like I was on Bitcoin. I had a little bit, but he the one who turned me on to Ethereum and in an app called Coinbase where you can link your account to it. So hey man, look, I'm putting you on game out here. You can get an app called Coinbase, and you can hook up your bank account to it and buy shares of Bitcoin. So like you don't have to buy a whole one. Bitcoin, you can say I only want to put $100 in Bitcoin. Yeah. So you get like at the beginning of the year you got a tenth of a Bitcoin. And that tenth of a Bitcoin, when it went from when it went from $1,000 per to $10,000 per, now you would have a whole Bitcoin. Yeah. So you would have one Bitcoin. So if you were to put $1,000 in the beginning of the year, obviously do the math. Your $1,000 would be $16,000 right now, and it's but they put a limit on the amount that you could buy per day. I think you can only buy either $2,500 worth per day. So but a lot of people in global markets are trying to get into the cryptocurrency thing, and I think there's have some huge financial backers who want to get into the system. So that's why the numbers are jumping.
Shooting up, yeah.
So big thing about it, I mean, that's a lot, man. That's a lot. And it's across national borders.
Basically, Bitcoin got that good dope.
Well, I mean, and there's no fees. It's not like a bank.
Yeah.
It's a whole different type of currency.
Wholesale dope.
Well, the thing about it that was kind of shady at first is that since there's no banks and it's across global lines, it's like people use it for like the black market. So people was buying like little Chinese children or dope or
anything.
Exactly, and doing these transactions where you couldn't really trace it using Bitcoin. So it was a little shady, but I mean,
it probably was a dope dude that set it up. One of these little people.
It was a little Asian dude who was like a app developer who came up. He wrote a paper on it and just the idea. But yeah, it's moving right now.
That's cool.
if they do it the right way, it could be transformative for the society.
Yeah, I might jump on the.
So if you didn't know about Bitcoin, you know about Bitcoin now.
I got some on that, but I don't know. I forgot how to get to it so long ago.
Yeah, you might want to look into that and try to push it over into another little.
Put like $50 something. It wasn't much.
Well, your $50 might be doing something these days. You have to go check it. So, like I said, I got a little bit in each.
Like 2 years ago.
I think the bigger question is why niggas is. I mean, I understand because it hit the news and then niggas feel like, oh shit, somebody was able to make. It's like
it was on social media more than 3 times. You gotta realize anything that goes on social media more than 3 times and then one person get it and they popular or whatever and somebody else get it and they start seeing on social media. It's like if you see something on Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat and Twitter, it's big. You know what I'm saying? Like when just like Uber. Uber came out and people started talking about Uber. White folk been taking Ubers. You know what I'm saying? Uber been out for a long time.
What's another thing that black people got on super late, man?
Oh, hookah. Hookah, boy. Look here, man. I was going to hookah spots that went off on Richmond in like 2007. And then here come 2010, 2013, 14. And now everybody has a hookah. Everybody want a hookah. Everywhere you go, gotta have a hookah. They got a hookah there.
Yeah.
Damn, dog. Y'all late, though.
That's
like,
not a game.
I remember going to the spot and you can go in there after the club and late and it'd be like 5 people in there. And 2 of them was black. Me and the person I came with. Everybody was Indian and, other people, other races. Now you go up in that same spot.
You was in there with racist?
I said other races.
Oh.
Black man.
Okay.
you go in there, that same little spot. Now they charging to get in. It's packed.
Because it's black people.
It's no seats.
Everybody want a hookah, you're going to have to pay for a section.
Yeah. It's just extra. Like you get a hookah in there, get a $3 drink, bro. Then pour it to the rim. Now man, come on now. We always late.
You knew what the thing is, yes, we are late as an ethnic group.
Yeah,
we're late as a people.
Yeah.
We're late as a people. But I think, and I mean, it's a bunch of different things. I mean, we could go back. I mean, I feel like probably happy hour at one point was something that just white people was doing. Yeah. Game nights.
Game nights, definitely.
Something that I've heard like, we're having a game night. We're all going to be doing X, Y, Z. Now, every other weekend, somebody talking about, we got to get ugly Christmas party. It's Christmas time. Ugly sweater party.
We never did that.
I've been going to ugly sweaters since
I was a little kid. They had ugly sweater party.
Yeah, white folks.
Yes,
absolutely. I've been going to ugly Christmas sweater party for like 6 years.
My parents to one.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, and getting the ugly sweater.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is stupid. Why are we going here? Well, shut up, your daddy running for.
Shut the hell up.
Shut your ass up.
Put this ugly
ass sweater on, boy. You know what I'm saying? So we and then the problem with us is that we get it and we take it to the extreme. Like we get it. Like people got on the Uber and just start taking Ubers everywhere, like to work, like to the corner store, like to grocery shopping.
No, I get you.
You know what I'm saying? And like hookah. Now
if they gotta have a hookah. No. I hate when a nigga walk in a place for a party and he got his little case with
the hookah.
Now Officer Friendly hit me up one day and you remember when he came to the podcast? He's like, I should have brought my hookah.
You wildin'. No.
You don't need to bring your hookah.
No, you don't. It's okay. It's okay if you don't have your hookah.
Well, you don't have to have your hookah at all times.
Because you didn't have your hookah. You didn't bring it with you 5 years ago, or even 3 years ago.
You didn't, but now you want to bring hookah.
Not everybody got hookah.
So now,
every club you go into has hookah now.
I mean, I bet there's a whole bunch of other things that we're not thinking about, but just it's funny. It's just that's kind of a thing. But
headbands.
Like the headband I got on. That's what you're trying to say with Frank Ocean.
White people been wearing that for years.
Well, I mean, I guess my point I would say is this. I say as black people who are part of a certain socioeconomic group, part of a certain age group, we are kind of that. I guess you would say, when Jay-Z said 40 is the new 30, you know what I mean? And everything like that. We kind of, at our age, we set the trends. A lot of times we set the culture. And since we straddle that line of like, we black people, we hang with a lot of black people, but we don't really just hang with niggas like that.
Yeah.
Like, we more so hanging with, like, professional black people.
Yeah, people who got something and care about their life.
And we hang with white folks.
Yes, we do.
The point is, a lot of times, we'll be privy to some stuff and say, oh, that's what y'all doing? And we'll get on it a little early.
Just to try it.
So this is the goal. This is what we need to do. We need to learn how to monetize that when it's still not to the niggas yet.
Yeah. Yeah, we do.
Like, if we would have said we was throwing ugly Christmas sweater parties 5 years ago, and we was, like, renting out a club, and like, every Saturday before Christmas and doing it in different cities, people would have been like, But now, the market kind of saturated.
Yeah.
Like if we was on the Bitcoin
or Uber or hookahs,
whatever it is.
Think if you could have gotten Uber when it was for the cheap, like only LA had it and San Francisco had it. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't really travel, you don't really know. Like Louisiana, certain parts of Louisiana still don't have Uber.
No, absolutely. Austin don't have Uber as a city because they wanted to monetize it just for their city.
Yes. So if you could have got it, we could got in Uber and just put you could have put $1,000 and we could have put $5 together, put a G in Uber.
Yeah. Well, you're talking about the stock for Uber. And I'm not necessarily...
No, I'm just talking about monetizing it, right?
Yeah. But I'm not necessarily talking about if we could jump in. Like, we don't have to be creating the infrastructure.
Okay, gotcha. I know what you're talking about.
What we need, like, what I'm saying is, once an infrastructure or once some kind of hot idea is already going, like, once we would have found out hookahs was a thing, we should have been going everywhere selling hookahs, buying a bunch of them, doing it a different way where we introducing the people to it. So we got a couple of ideas.
When you found out what crack was, before it got to the hood.
Shout out Snowfall, one of my favorite shows.
Yes, you got in and be like, okay, hey, y'all know how to do this? Don't know? All right,
we get your microwave.
Yeah, come here. Pay me, though. Yeah, I got you.
I was talking to a couple of guys. I was actually with
Dead Hats.
Yeah, shit, I'm on the Dad Hat movement big time, man. If you haven't already got your best friend weekend dad,
I got 3 of them, bro.
Like,
they fire too.
It don't make sense that you're not. But that's the thing. When you got a good idea and you see that people not on it yet, hop on it. But a lot of times where you'll find those good ideas is by hanging with people that's not part of your same cultural background.
Different cultures, man. You would be surprised at what they do, and you at first you'd be like, "What are we doing?" And you'd be like, "This is fucking fun."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm having a good time. This is cool. You know what I mean? Oh, that's a great idea.
Well, think about my birthday party.
Yeah, we had a beer daddy.
I threw a beer bash for my birthday party.
Never been.
Not to say that it's not to say that that's like just a novel and new idea.
But it was a different beer brand. It ain't black folk beer brand. It wasn't Bud Light, Heinekens, and Coronas. You know what I'm saying? That's black folk stuff. Yeah. And they gonna bring a case of Bud Light. You know, your old uncle and them. You're going to drink 46 Bud Lights.
Oh, we could have had a Mexican beer bash with them, but Budweiser.
Modelo's. You know what I'm saying?
Dos Equis.
Yeah, with the little salt and limes everywhere. You know what I mean? But the thing, it was craft beer. And like we've been going to breweries for a while.
We could be throwing parties at breweries right now where we like, hey, we're going to... Because I bet you if I went through a lot of my black friends and said, hey, do you even know what goes on at a brewery? Nope. Like, how much it costs to be there, what times you go there, what do you get when you get a brewery tour?
Man, you can go to a brewery and be drunk for a hot $10, $15.
Yeah. So people don't know these type of things. So maybe we need to, like I said, as a group, as a people, hey, if I just spark the idea in your head and you're like, hey, we could do that, man, get us in on it. Hit us up, let us know.
Hit the DM.
We will.
Ask for C.A.P. a.k.a. Los first.
Before anything else.
Before you hit him, because he might leave me out.
And I might steal your idea.
Yeah.
We got a couple of good ideas up the pipeline, so be on the lookout for those, and I'm definitely going to talk about them on the podcast when we get those going. But and it's funny, one more thing I want to say about that is like, you think about black people as the people who set the culture, right? Because we do. The predominant...
We make everything cool, basically.
Right? But sometimes if you go to another culture and then just kind of put a little black on it,
it works.
Put a little stank on it.
Just a little bit. Really Tony Satchel. I like to say Tony Satchel.
Not some stank. Because that's negative connotation.
Yeah, you put a little Tony Satchel on it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense.
Like tacos. You don't eat tacos like that in Louisiana. Your mom ain't make tacos.
Shout out. This podcast is brought to you by Ito's Hand Car Wash. Because Ito's got a food truck now, man.
Shout out, boy.
If you're not going to Ito already because you didn't hear it on the podcast, you're tripping. It's on Leland Avenue in Houston, Texas. But on top of that, them boys got a food truck. This is exactly kind of the thing we talking about. You see food trucks here and there.
Everywhere.
Now put that food truck on the road and bring it to Louisiana and see how it bang out. Or some little country town somewhere.
Anywhere.
Food trucks, hey, man.
It's a win.
Hey, man.
I put you on taco trucks.
You did.
I told you.
And this is the natural evolution.
And I've been eating taco trucks for years, and everybody like, ugh, now everywhere.
The boy said they got a food truck with this should have been the best friend weekend approved gas pedal this week, but it's not the gas pedal this week. But just FYI, they got like a Cajun, like Tex-Mex type deal kind of together, like boudin nachos and shit like that. Yeah, it's going down. We're gonna go this weekend.
Boudin nachos.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Let's get to the next story because I don't want to. But this was a good time.
Boudin nachos. Billy's. Billy's on some chips and the cheese with sour cream.
You heard me talking?
Oh my God. Jesus.
They need to do some old fresh sausage burritos or something. But anyway.
All right, we talk about something. Damn, that sound good.
I know y'all might have heard this story. Some people heard this story about a young lady, Caitlin Frisina in Florida, Columbia
the
County.
girl that got stole. Boy, she fake like she got stole when she knows. Go ahead, read it. She knows she ran with that dude. That bitch ain't slick. Go ahead.
So okay, back in August, investigators in Columbia County, Florida, look into an allegation that Ryan Rodriguez, 27-year-old coach at Fort White High School, and a student, this Caitlin, were having some kind of relationship. So the news stories over like a couple of weeks ago was that she had disappeared.
Wow.
We can't find Caitlin.
Oh my God.
Caitlin's gone. So then when they were looking for Caitlin, the story started emerging as far as what was actually happening. This is what they said. One of Caitlin's friends told investigators that Rodriguez wanted to take her out of the country. There was a conversation where she had mentioned going out of the country, him wanting to take her out of the country, and she did not know how to get out of it. A friend sent a message to her mama saying that the missing teen hooked up with him and he worked her way into his life. She was scared and didn't know what to do. So then, the day that they were allegedly supposed to disappear, Caitlin did a factory reset on her phone. Reset that boy before she disappeared and left it behind in the drawer of the house. And all of the footprints led away from her. She climbed out her bedroom window, hopped in a car with dude. They left Florida. They went to St. Mary's, Georgia, withdrew $200 from the ATM to throw investigators off the scent. And then they were spotted on a surveillance camera at a food store in South Carolina.
Did he have her by the arm?
No, he wasn't haggling her.
Go ahead.
At a pawn shop in North Carolina. And then eventually they found him in New York State. So basically they were less than a mile from the Canadian border. Boy had a job application and he was arrested at gunpoint and told the police that he had confessed that he was planning to work until he earned enough money to purchase fake documentation, which would allow them to cross the Canadian border together.
I was just about to say it.
So everybody was looking for a 2001 red Mercury Sable that they were driving when they found him in New York. And right now he's facing charges of felony charges of interfering with the custody of a minor. Even though it kind of sounds like they were smashing, obviously. My question, I got it first. My first question is this: how could a 2001 red Mercury Sable get you from Florida to New York State?
That was the first thing on my mind, right? I want to know what mechanic shop when you take a 2001 Mercury to a mechanic shop. Number one, that thing got to have 200,000 miles.
200,000,
easy. That's light.
It might have about 300 billion miles.
That's light. At least 2,100 billion. So my thing is, did you get a whole? You got the engine replaced, the AC done. Like you had to do everything in that car for it to make it that far. You know what I'm saying? And then number two, that man ain't still that girl.
That's what interfering with the custody of him. He interfering with somebody's custody.
No. Now, and how he was 24?
27, and she was 17.
So he's 10 years old.
I don't know if I said her age. She's 17.
Yeah, 17. Okay. At 17, you know what's going on.
He was a soccer coach.
You know what's going on. You liked him. He hit you. That thing was right. 27. He had some practice. You ain't never felt nothing like that before. He got you. Okay. That's not her fault. I give her. That's not her fault. She fell in love with the dude. He did that part. But you knew running away from home and all that dead ass wrong. That man didn't steal you. You willingly went. Now, is he nasty because you're not 18? He should have waited a year. He should have did like Tiger. He should have red-shirted her and just waited a year. You couldn't wait 1 year till she's 18?
Right.
You can't wait a few months.
Or even wait till she's not at your school no more. Like, because I feel like that's going to be another charge they're going to try to bring on him. Something about
with
the school.
They should, though. They should. He didn't steal it, though. She was well aware of what was going on. She knew what was up.
So, you think this should be more
and then,
like...
too, if he was lame, she might have seduced him. Because, possible. men weak. Like, there's some lames out here. We 27.
Man, Google Caitlin, whatever her last name I just said, however you pronounce that, Frizzeri, whatever it is.
She a cute little girl?
She cute enough. she looked actually more grown than him. Like he's bigger, but her like facial shot.
Yeah, grown.
But the crazy shit is like the pictures of her, like the pictures on social media and stuff. She looked really like grown and mature. But now the pictures when they found her, they done got pigtails in her hair, and she like leaning on her daddy, like like rubbing his beard.
Oh my God, daddy,
he took me.
He took me.
Oh my God. Well, I don't know. They both fair skinned, but I don't know. I feel like the ethnic background of both of them probably is some kind of like Caribbean-esque.
Oh, okay.
It feels like, but she might be white.
Yeah,
her parents look kind of white, but
yeah.
I
feel like this. Number one, she's 17. In real years, she's probably like 24. You know what I mean? Like mind-wise, for the most part. Like women are always ahead of men when it comes to that.
What if I told you? I don't know this for a fact. Hypothetical. What if I told you it came out that she had smashed like 12 dudes like in life before that?
Oh, she definitely knew what was going on. She might have put it on him and put him up to it.
Would it make a difference in your eyes if they said no, she was a virgin and he like seduced her? Or
No, it wouldn't
make it no difference.
Either way, he's wrong. Right?
He's wrong. Okay.
And then either way, he's wrong and she wrong. She knew what was going on. If he didn't force her to go nowhere, you could talk all day long. Like if she was 12, I'd be like, okay.
Okay. So is there age where you become a willing participant? Like, what's that age cutoff?
17 is definitely the age with.
Well, I know I'm not in
16. Well, it really depends on a person because at different ages, certain people are further along than others.
So you're saying Roy Moore was all right then? He like in Alabama, Roy Moore. So you can't have it both ways.
No, you can't.
Because the reason we saying Roy Moore can't get elected is because he was sexually assaulting 16-year-olds.
And he dead wrong, but. It's some 16-year-olds who pursue you as a man.
Yeah, I don't. But you know what? Honestly, I don't think this is apples to apples because I think Roy Moore was actively doing like the most.
He nasty though.
Yeah, like out there actively doing the most.
Nasty,
but he wasn't teaching them at their school. So I mean, it's probably like you can kind of work. You can look at different angles.
You're playing devil's advocate right now, but Roy Moore is disgusting.
Yeah, but they gonna vote for him. They gonna vote for him. He probably gonna win on Tuesday. We'll see.
Maybe.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, Trump out there supporting. I mean, I don't know. It's an interesting question. I mean, you know, if somebody's at your school, no matter how bad it is, how bad you think she is or whatever, you gotta wait. You can't.
I'll give you an example.
You can't unwrap the present till Christmas.
No, when I first started teaching, I was doing observations and stuff at a high school, right? And I'm 22. Little girls walking around there in high school, you know, I'm baby face. We looking the same age and shit. They 18, they 17.
You 16. Got a call?
You know what I'm saying? Nah, I ain't. So I'm at the school.
No, you had a car though.
Oh yeah,
that's more than what they got.
Yeah, exactly. So I had an apartment too, but we up there, and I'm walking the coach out. We talking to her thing, and then like the second day, I come in there, get a little note. Oh, she think you cute. I'm like, man, I'm gonna be y'all daddy. No, you're not. We already looked you up. You 22. I'm like, man, y'all relax, right? I'm in the office, coaches out. We all the coaches there talking. This little girl, she was built very, very nice. Little girl, she's like a junior son. She walk in and sit on the coach's lap. Mm-hmm. She like, I'm hungry. He gave her some money, get something to eat. Got up. He walked out with her. So I'm in there uncomfortable because I'm like, no. You know what I'm saying? So it happens.
Let's just be honest. A lot of what's happening in the last, let's say 2 months. We could say the last year since Trump got elected, but let's really just say the last 2 months. A lot of stuff that's been happening has been like a culture shift as far as what used to be okay and what's okay now.
It's different.
When we was in school, newsflash, y'all, coaches was smashing students.
Hey, on a regular though.
Teachers were smashing students when we was in school too.
I never got that lucky.
Me neither. I didn't smash no teachers. The thing is, my point is just, it's been going on since forever.
And you know way back in the day.
But I tell you what, I was in that same situation with you where I was substitute teaching at like 22, whatever years old. Little notes in my bag when I get home. Talking about, hey, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. I'm so-and-so. I'm in this class. When you come back, holler at me. Yeah. Like, it happened. Yeah. But I think maybe we kind of had our own set of ethics that we was like, nah, I'm not going. I mean, if she 18, I'm going to be like, okay, cool, when you get out of school. Even at like 23 years old. Like,
you're still a baby.
Well, when you was 23 and she was 18, she wasn't that much of a baby. But my point is...
you're in high school still.
Yeah. Mentally, we're not on the same level.
No.
I already did 4 years of college.
Yes. I got my own shit. I pay bills.
We not on the same level.
What we gonna talk about?
So, okay, back to full circle that your boy is wrong.
Yeah.
But I guess the bigger question
She
is,
knew what was
how
going on.
wrong is he?
He dead ass wrong.
So,
my thing.
quantify how wrong he is
Okay.
in terms of
All right.
prison time.
Oh, he got to do 10.
10.
Yeah. You know why? Because you coached this little girl when you saw you was on her, number one. And you probably coached her for more than 1 year when she was 15, 16, 14, 15, 16. So you've been on this little girl, pursuing this little girl, and you finally got to her at 17. And they all, either way, either she got to you, you got to her. However it happened.
You let yourself get got.
You let yourself get got with a little 17-year-old girl. You knew damn well you could have waited a year till she was 18. She could legally leave out.
A cornball.
Yeah.
With long shoes.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And then you pursuing her, you coaching her, probably letting her kick all the goals, putting her in the position to be the star. You know what I'm saying? Making her, building up. You talking to her. You see her
She get all the penalty kicks.
You see her mama and daddy every day.
All the time. And
You know what I
smiling
mean?
in their face.
Giggling, hee ha ha. They love you. You made them love you. You know what I mean?
And you over
there knocking down they fucking daughter.
Okay.
You nasty,
so
dog.
you say, let me just put it in context. You say 10 years is probably appropriate for this situation. Had she have been 18, if he had waited like 6 months, how many years?
He didn't get no years.
No years, you say?
Not for me.
Not nothing.
She left. She jumped out the window. She did everything herself. She left with him. And if he run the house and snatch her, I'll be like, bitch, you know, he didn't say, bitch, coming with me. I'm taking you.
Yeah.
She willingly left.
I mean, I guess it's
the age, man.
The moral of the story is there are rules.
There are rules, dog.
And I mean, even if you don't think it's right, and even if you don't think...
It still would have been fucked up if she 18, but it's legal.
Mm-hmm.
So my thing is...
18, he should have lost his job.
Yes.
But 18, he shouldn't have been...
No jail time.
No jail
17,
time.
You do all that, yeah, you got to go. And you lose your
And you took all the way to New York and was trying to take her to Canada.
And
what kind of plan was that?
Yeah.
You in Florida. You should have just drove south and got on a little boat.
You ain't have...
I'm just saying. A little boat.
You could definitely get into Mexico before you can get into Canada.
Quick.
You could definitely do that.
Well, I could have been in Mexico.
Shit.
Long time ago.
Selling jet skis every day.
I want to go to Canada looking ass nigga. That's your problem now.
That's why you in jail. You
stupid ass nigga. You should back to the you could have been right now in the Dominican Republic.
Nigga, you really could have went to Cabo and been good. Nigga selling cocaine.
Could have been working at a little tourist place in Cabo. I mean in Cancun.
Cancun.
Senior frogs.
Hey, nah, you could have been the little translator. Hey, I'm gonna take you around. I speak.
Yeah, his last name Rodriguez. Oh, that's culture. I'm being stereotypical. But maybe he does speak Spanish. Yeah, you should have went. You should have went south, man.
Should have went south.
That's your problem. Nah,
you can't go to Canada with that nonsense.
Somebody else who dead ass wrong. Maybe if you believe the stories is people give me a bad rap like I just be trying to get on Houston like that. I like Houston though.
You do.
I live here. If I didn't like Houston,
and you throw it up in pictures sometimes. Everybody from Louisiana, this dude hit up H-Town in the pictures. Go on Instagram and look. He got the H up a few times.
I last night when we was watching them Saints, I walked in the bar and it was a bunch of Houston people, and I said, "Them Saints is dope." And Warren Moon rape hoes. Yeah. And I said it real loud, and the Houston people just looked at me crazy, like whatever.
You retarded,
so let's talk about Warren Moon. So Wendy Haskell, a 32-year-old executive assistant who has traveled with Warren Moon since being hired by his firm in July, accuses him of forcing her to sleep in his bed while wearing thong underwear on business trips, grabbing her crotch during a trip to Seattle, and drugging her before taking off her bathing suit during an October trip in Mexico. She said she was demoted by the firm in October after filing a complaint about Moon's behavior. On another occasion, Haskell said that she had been forced to share a bed with Moon on a trip. She awoke in the middle of the night to find Moon's hands on her genitals. The lawsuit said that she yelled no, but that Moon forced her to allow him to sleep with his hands on her buttocks. 61-year-old Warren Moon and the 32-year-old executive, and this is what's going down with him. What are we thinking about?
This ain't funny, but it's hilarious to me.
It's not funny, but it's hilarious.
It's hilarious. Okay, so you sleep in the middle of the night, right? And somebody just got their hand on your stuff, and you don't know. You're a grown woman. You're 32 years old.
No, she said she knew, so she was like, "Get your hand off my pussy, put it on my butt." No, I'm gonna take it off your pussy, but I'll put it on your butt.
Yeah, but you ain't have to sleep in the bed with that man.
She didn't. Well, they making it look like your job was on the line. So she did. So she's suing him for sexual harassment. She hasn't filed the papers yet. And he denies the allegations.
Yeah, I don't like that fact because when it first happened, you should have came out then.
Like that happened recently.
It shouldn't have been that many times though. if that was all in one day, okay.
If he drugged her, made her sleep with a thumb,
all
grabbed
in
her
one
crotch,
day,
all in one day.
All right, now I respect your mind. But if that happened the first time, the man say, "Hey, now you gonna sleep in the bed?" When you go, okay, she put on her little pink full pajama wool. He like, nah, take them off. I need to see that booty. I need a thong on. When you get them big ass grandma drawers on,
They said they made all of the girls who went to Mexico with them on the trip wear green thongs.
Yeah,
lime green thongs.
Yeah, I want put the lime green on. I bought you. And your stupid ass getting in the bed with him. That's your fault, bro. I'm sorry. And you didn't let it happen because my thing is
you 32.
You knew from that on he got rape tendencies. Any nigga tell you that you work for say I want you to sleep like this with me in the bed. And you do it with a thong on, he got rape tendencies.
Speaking of tendencies, if you go back in the Gap, in 1995, Warren Moon was actually sued and he settled out of court by a cheerleader for the Vikings. He offered her money for sex and she declined and said, "Shame on you." And he got sexual harassment charge for that. That's weird though. To me, that's a weird sex. I mean, I guess because she was a cheerleader for the Vikings and he played for the Vikings. Hey, I want to give you some loot to smash. How about you just say no?
Yeah.
No. Whoever heard, like, what? No.
I'm all right. No.
I'm straight. Okay. I'm not going to.
I'm good.
If Warren Moon asked me to smash me for some money, I would say no.
Nah,
and then I wouldn't sue him.
No. Well,
would you sue him?
It depends on how bad off you're doing. Number one,
if you're doing bad, then you got to take that money to smash him.
I don't want nobody to know Warren Moon asked me to smash. So I wouldn't say nothing. I don't want nobody to know that Warren Moon say lows. I want to fuck. I'm going to pay you, though. I'd be like, nah. I'd be like, hey, Al, guess what just happened to me?
Warren Moon actually got like a spousal abuse charge in '96, and so they always bring out your whole thing. But I mean, if y'all ever Google Wendy Haskell, the chick, she allegedly got this PhD or maybe I don't know. Like I went to the fast facts on heavy.com. Anytime some stuff go on, I go on heavy.com. They give you the 5 fast facts about it. So they said like she had like a PhD or something, but she's like working as his assistant. I don't know. I don't get that. But if you Google her, bad white chick. If you're into that kind of thing, bad. She used to play in the lingerie football league.
Oh,
I mean, not bad like thick bad.
She nice,
but sexy bad.
Yeah. I mean, but you gotta realize too, Warren Moon 61 years old, bro. Back in the day, that's how dudes used to get women. Just talk to them aggressive, like, we fucking, like, don't come in my bed with they should take pussy back in the day.
It's funny
in
because
the 80s they took pussy.
No, I mean it's funny because if you think about it in that way,
and he's Warren Moon.
A lot of what these conversations have devolved into when we have them on the podcast, and even when we have them just in general society, are us like it's become a theme. We talk about these stories on the podcast because I think it's just interesting when we all start kind of going through the details. We all kind of just laugh and say, "Man, dude was wilding," but at one point in time, some of these things that they do just constitutes
it was okay
shooting your shot.
Yeah. Just like Donald Trump said, grab by the pussy. That was cool back then.
Like, if they let you get away with it, then it's fair play. So I start to think, how many other people did Warren Moon do this with who never came out? Like, do Warren Moon have 100 other counts under his belt just of this? And that people, nobody complained?
At the minimum, he got 60.
Mm-hmm.
At the minimum. That's how they get out. You old. 61 years old. You probably taking something to keep that thing right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yes, I just want to lay up and rub on this booty and fill in your pussy.
Well, what this podcast is brought to you by Rumble Williams.
Not saying he right though, but I mean
it's just what it is.
Yeah.
This podcast, like I just said, Rumble said he hit me up earlier and said he sent a meme and it had a picture of Flavor Flav next to a picture of Idris Elba, and and the quote from both of them was, "Girl, that dress fitting you nice, that dress make your body look good," and it was like one is sexual harassment. The other is a compliment. Yeah. And it really just matters who you are making the comment.
That's all it really is.
61-year-old Warren Moon, that's sexual harassment. 38-year-old Warren Moon.
25-year-old Warren Moon, That's a compliment. Let me.
Can I please come lay in the bed with the
Please,
G-string?
Warren.
Yes,
Please.
sure.
Yeah, I guess you can make room.
I mean, I don't know.
You can find a spot.
Maybe we oversimplifying it. But I mean, it's one of those things that you kind of think about when you when you're looking at stories like this. And I guess to further the Me Too-ism, I got a long story. This is a long story to read. I'm going to read this story because it was a tweet. It was like a 4-page tweet.
Damn.
And I want to read this story to you. It's from a person named Timothy Heller. And this is what Timothy said about his interactions with one of his friends who, one of their friends that they're accusing of rape. And I'm just going to go through it.
Okay.
The thought of accepting that my best friend raped me seems insane. The power she had over me grew into me having a very hard time saying no to her. One night during a sleepover, she became increasingly interested. I had work very early in the morning. She began asking me while in bed if I would have sex with her. While being incredibly uncomfortable by this offer, I attempted to laugh it off. It went on for hours, asking me why I didn't want to, that it would be fun. I repeatedly said no. I had to work in the morning. I just wanted to sleep. I was exhausted. I attempted to sleep, but was kept up the entire night by my friend begging me to have sex, to sleep with her. It seemed strange, but she was my best friend. I said no, and I thought we could move on. The next night, unfortunately, went the exact same way. Regardless of my response the first night, she was not giving up. If she had gotten the hint, she didn't care. I was exhausted. She convinced me to smoke weed, and since I have a hard time saying no to her, I complied, thinking maybe that I'd just be able to fall asleep and avoid the situation altogether. The same conversation began to happen, continuously trying to convince me it was going to be okay and it would be fun and feel good. I would say, no, I have to sleep. I have work in the morning. I said every form of no I could think of. As I lay praying to fall asleep, she began touching my arm. I allowed this to happen. Maybe she'd give up. This went on for maybe an hour. I got increasingly uncomfortable. I started giggling, saying it tickled. I in no way wanted to make this a sexual situation. Can I just do this? Can I just touch your arm? She began bartering with me. All I wanted to do was go to sleep. She begged to just touch me. I was so exhausted and confused and high and belittled, I just allowed it to happen. This led to her touching the rest of me. I never said yes. I said no repeatedly. But she used her power over me and broke me down. Just so there's no confusion, I was molested by my best friend. I lay still in shock, completely not reciprocating. I hate speaking so bluntly on this because it makes me extremely uncomfortable, but she performed oral sex on me. Then I was penetrated with the sex toy without being asked.
Oh.
That's what happened. I said no for 2 nights straight. It doesn't matter that I didn't resist during the action. I had been broken down. And the person who did this was Melanie Martinez, who was a contestant on The Voice. So it came out like that the lady was doing the...
She fat?
No, she's an attractive chick.
So why you ain't want to hit?
Timothy Heller. No, I mean, I don't know. Tell me about the story. Tell me what you thought.
Number one, that nigga lying. I thought she was fat. Reading the story for you to say no, my best friend broke me down. I think you feel bad because she penetrated you. Now, I mean, we had this debate. It ain't gay, but yes, it is. You got penetrated and you feel played. That lady ain't break you down. She would talk the whole time. She's like, I want to fuck you with this toy. That's why you kept saying no. She ain't say she want to give you no pussy. Like, I want to hit you in the ass with this toy. You let this lady and you ain't resist? Come on, dog. I don't want to hear that shit. That shit's stupid. It's so many.
So you don't think that that's a sexual assault?
It's definitely sexual assault, but no, it's not. Because he could have easily been like, watch out. You wanted that thing. You wanted that. You was playing hard to get, my boy. He was playing hard to get.
So the things that jumped out at me in the story was that they were sleeping in a bed together.
Yes.
That they did smoke weed.
Yes.
You let them tickle you and you're sitting there.
You did everything. You was playing hard to get. It's just like you go somewhere and go be like, nah, you ain't getting none. You ain't getting none. You ain't getting none. So you just do little stuff to make, I'll just take a shot with me. Come on, man. Try. You know what I'm saying? When you were single, in your days, you'd be like, you know, she was just working her jelly and it took a long time. And then you let her go for 2 days with it. Tomorrow she got power over you. You can't say no. You said yes to everything she told you to do. She asked you. She didn't say do this or I'm gonna shoot you. You wanted you was playing hard to get. Now you feel played because she probably ran everything in there and left you alone. Now you mad.
Okay,
about
so does the story change now that I'm going to tell you another part of the story? That Timothy Heller isn't a guy. Timothy Heller is a girl.
Oh. Damn.
Do it change your opinion of the story? Because when I read the story, and the name is Timothy Heller, who's telling the story,
Who named that
I
child
thought that
Timothy?
shit, I don't know,
A girl.
but I definitely thought that
It was a dude.
I thought it was a dude. But then when I read it again, it was like, oh, this is a chick. Okay. Did it change your opinion just now when you heard that?
Yeah, it did. It did. That's
But
fucked
should
up.
it have changed your opinion?
No, it shouldn't have. But it did.
Now you feel like, oh, she might have been bigger than the other girl. She might have been physically imposing.
Yeah.
That's fucked up, though, man.
It's
I
the truth,
don't
bro.
like it because it's like, just what you said. If a man is in that situation, you feel like he can't, like he's automatic, oh, he wanted it and all that shit you just saying.
Yeah.
But now that the context is that was really a woman the whole time, you're like,
oh.
oh man, she might have been taking advantage.
Yeah.
It's funny that in society,
That's how it works, though.
I mean, yes, it's a patriarchal society, and males are dominant in a way and physically
We
dominant.
feel
in a
like
way.
a male shouldn't be taken advantage of like that by a woman.
Yeah.
We just feel like that. I mean, you just feel like a man should be able to be like, nah, you're not about to do that to me. You know what I mean? And like, even though women have tactics to make you, you know, be like, nah, they have their ways. But at the same time, you can't, especially penetrating, you definitely can't make, I just feel like you shouldn't make no dude do that. But a woman, if she was imposing and stuff, I guess you feel like, okay, that could happen to a woman. At least I do. I feel like, okay, damn, it was a woman? Okay, well, she probably did step up power and let her know.
You see, it's fucked up. Y'all wrong, man. Y'all wrong. See, when Terry Crews was, I think, the first man who came out and said that somebody sexually assaulted him, but it was another dude. He grabbed that dick. You remember when?
That's bad.
Yeah.
He's supposed to beat his ass though.
Yeah, but he didn't, and he did the right thing.
Yeah.
So he was the first dude, and this one I think is the first woman who's accused of it. But there still hasn't been like one that's came out that's a woman who's accused of doing it to a dude.
Man, yeah.
And I think that
I'm sure it happened. Somebody's filed.
Somebody was talking about online the other day. It was like they can't wait for the first Eartha Kitt, like old Boomerang Marcus.
Marcus died.
somebody to come out and say that they got Marcus.
They got Marcus. that probably has happened buku times though.
It definitely has happened.
Ugh. Old women give you worms, by the way, y'all.
Old women come with worms.
Yeah. So
Condom or not.
It don't matter. You got worms on your dick.
You got worms. Hey, Melanie Martinez, you're wrong.
You a nasty bitch. You raped that lady.
If you thought if it was a man or a woman, it was still bad. You're wrong, Melanie.
You're wrong, Melanie.
I hope you lost the voice
Penetrated that lady like that.
for no reason.
And
Made
I
her
thought it was a
smoke
dude.
dope.
You know her name, Timothy. She already got low self-esteem.
Probably wasn't even that loud. Probably was that outdoor.
It definitely was that
Outside boogie.
It was that Ashley.
Not that Ashley. All right, we got a new section that we're gonna do on the show, but we can't really bust it off like we're gonna do this week because Raj not with it. I'm gonna see, maybe I can edit some things together. But the section is, and I mean I heard this from some listeners. We got a new section called Ask Roger, Ask Los.
I like this.
So even if
Can my chick be hood when she say I want somebody to say ask Los? I want a ratchet.
we're gonna work it out, but
Like,
ratchet
go to
women, I
Mississippi.
don't.
I don't know a lot of them.
We're gonna do. This is the format. Listeners,
Please
send
send
in
your
the
questions in. Please send your questions.
Send your questions in, and we're gonna ask one question each week, and we're gonna ask Roger, ask Los, and then see what they response to the questions are. So I'm gonna see if I can get it. I'm just give you this is the question from one of our listeners this week. Ask Roger, ask Los. Could you marry a chick with a high body count if she came clean about it?
All right, let me tell you about me. Right. And I'm finna talk crazy, so y'all get ready. Bitch, I don't want to know that. Like, honestly. I don't want to know that your pussy been ran through, you know what I'm saying, like the Astrodome. I don't want to know that. You know what I'm saying? And if you did tell me, it's rough on me after that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, the football team been in there. You got trains ran on. I don't like that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Even though, I know my body count in my head, I don't want yours to be anywhere near mine. Like, honestly, I don't. It shouldn't be. I don't think a man really won't. That's rough, bro. Married? What does she do? What kind of chick is she? Can she cook? Like, it's a whole bunch of factors that will have to help me get over that. Like for real, for real. And when was your last body? Like, did your pussy get a chance to detox? You know what I mean? Like, how long has this been? Like, she had to be a hell of a woman for me to get over that. That's my question. That's my answer. She had to be one hell of a chick for me, just for it to leave my head that Al and the rest of small town ran through my old lady.
All right. Well, look, in the future when we do this, I'm gonna actually. Y'all get him submit your questions earlier because I just hit him on the spot. I think next time I'm gonna send it to him earlier so he can listen to, so he can think about this. But still, that's a very legit answer. That's a very
rough,
candid answer,
that's
man.
That's rough, bro. I don't want to hear him. I want to answer him live, man.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. This section will be something to pop off real soon. Speaking of people who then been with a few people. I mean, R.I.P. And I mean, I guess this podcast is brought to you by August Ames. And I mean, you guys might not know who August Ames is, but I watch porn, so like porn's a thing, right?
Yeah.
And August Ames is a porn star who's on a lot of websites that I would frequent, and I'm just gonna be honest with you, she's one of my absolute favorites.
She white?
She's a white chick.
I don't like white porn.
She got this kind of a little ethnic look to her. I think she's Canadian.
Sexy.
She's sexy. The thing is, okay, so the thing is, I don't feel any kind of affinity, whatever, but whatever. They said that she died from asphyxiation. Which I guess that's the first thing that I thought was that maybe she choked on it. She choked on it.
Penis?
That's what I thought. But that's not what happened. And that's wrong that I would think that, right?
Why wouldn't you? She a porn star.
That is.
Well, you know what? She probably ain't got no gag reflex though. She good.
That's not how she died, though. She basically made a tweet that said, whatever lady performer is replacing me tomorrow for an Erotica X News shoot, you're shooting with a guy who has shot gay porn. Just to let you know. BS is all I could say. Do agents really not care about who they're representing? I do my homework for my body. So people started going in on her and saying that basically she was being homophobic. So she responded, I'm not homophobic. Most girls don't shoot with guys who have been in gay porn for safety. That's just how it is with me. I'm not putting my body at risk. I don't know what they do in their private lives.
Okay.
And then she had one more. I'm not homophobic if I myself am attracted to women. Not wanting to have sex with gay men is not homophobic. They don't want to have sex with me either, so bye. It came out that she was having, like, obviously depression issues as well, and she committed suicide. So that was part of asphyxiation. I guess she hung herself. And they're saying because she got bullied online.
That's not what happened. That gay dude hung her.
That's not what happened, Los.
Yeah, it is. That's true. The dude got mad because she called him out because she probably knew what was up. She just didn't say it. He got mad and made it look like
I'm not going to let you sit over here and bastardize August Ames because I like August Ames.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm saying he did it to her. The gay dude that she called out.
Okay, so I got questions.
Go ahead.
I got questions. So the first question somebody asked me, no, I'm not even going to ask that because it's too ridiculous for even this podcast.
Damn, that's bad.
Yeah, it's bad. The first question I would ask is this. Would you, and I guess this is a question for myself, but would you feel wrong or weird watching her scenes now that she's dead?
Hell no. It's the preacher's history. Appreciate that. We don't feel weird watching Martin Luther King speeches. You feel weird? I know.
The boy said, we don't feel bad watching Martin Luther King speeches.
You don't.
We could turn on the TV and watch Kirby Puckett hit home runs.
And be kind and be just fine.
Wow.
The same thing. Well, not the same thing.
We celebrating JFK all the time and it's good.
Yeah, he been dead. Long time. You still listen to Michael Jackson? Prince? You don't feel weird about that? You celebrating life. Celebrate her the same way. Go on XXN and .com and check her out. You know what I'm saying? It's a shout out, really. It's like paying homage. For real.
That boy is ridiculous, y'all. I don't know who made you like this.
who raised you?
Who raised you, boy? She do what honestly, I like. She did a lot of major.
So you're not gonna watch her no more?
No, I mean she did a lot of good interracial scenes.
So you're not gonna watch it no more?
She did a lot of good interracial scenes that's gonna pop up on my timeline.
Okay.
And the way that you put it just then made me feel a lot better about it.
But you trying to make me look like I'm crazy.
One more question. What are your favorite type? I mean, because I said she was big on the interracial scenes, but what's your favorite type? I know some guys who like different things, and I mean, it's just a.
I don't really do.
I know
white
some people
porn.
did. Like one of my partners, he do amateur. Like that's his thing.
I like amateur too. But it gotta be a certain. I don't like the dusty bitch amateur. I like the cute amateur chick, just random amateur.
Somebody say they like ugly chicks. That's like they think they like ugly chicks.
No, I like amateur. I like girl on girl, threesomes. But I like black porn though. Like my favorite, Jasmine Cashmere, my favorite porn star.
Yeah, when I said this last night to Los, he was like, "Damn, did Jasmine Cashmere die?"
I thought it was everybody. Nigga, that's my favorite woman ever. She's disgusting. And I love her to death. Like, yeah, Jasmine Cashmere, my favorite of all time.
That's very high praise. I don't think I have a favorite of all time.
I mean, I'm not saying I only just watch her, but I'm saying my favorite. Like, if I'm in a hurry, I go check Jasmine.
Well, and it might be Roxy Reynolds for me, but the thing
I
is,
like Roxy too.
I know Roxy, but Roxy caught me at a time in my life.
Diaz,
not
nice.
Cherokee, man. Leave Cherokee.
Yes,
no,
nice too.
Roxy caught me at a time in my life when that's what I was up to. And she got me through some time. But I just think it's interesting that I don't think I have a favorite type of porn. I think I'm one of those people who like to watch a whole bunch of different type of shit. Like one day I might be like, oh, I'm curious with this type of stuff. Except I'm not that curious.
Boy.
I'm not that curious. Before you even, because I know y'all boys.
No, it was coming out my mouth. Pause.
Super pause there. Yeah, man.
So you watch cartoons?
I watch a little hentai, a little cartoon every now and again. I turn them on. I don't, but you know the thing is, I don't think I'm gonna beat that wood to it. I just watch it.
Oh, so
I'm interested in watching it.
Yeah, I don't go there.
I don't mind watching the dog. What's his name?
Yeah.
Damn, I can't even. Roger would know this because he a family Brian.
Guy. Yeah.
I don't mind watching Brian smash Lois or Marge Simpson. I don't mind watching that.
Yeah, I'm not watching. That's sick to me. That's kind of sick. I don't want to see Marge get fucked. I don't want to see Marge.
Hey man, cue up that music for nothing nice to say.
You know they say if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all.
If you can't say something nice, don't say nothing at all.
Nothing nice to say, but Aldo and C.A.P.
So, I see the black Donald Trump is back at it again in the news cycle. The outlandish, outspoken, never to be outdone Lavar Ball has decided to pull his kids out of school, hire an agent, and then see what come next. I've been reading a whole bunch of opinions about it online, even some from my compadre Ryan Smooth on Facebook. What's funny is that Lavar creates this visceral response from anyone who discusses it. You're either with the dude or you're against him. Not too many people are on the fence. And if you don't know where I stand by now, look, I'll reiterate. I rock with most things Lavar Ball says and does, simply because that's his family and that's his kids. Until his kids speak up against him, I'm not in them people's house, so I won't speculate. He is present. That means he's there. He's a present black father, and I applaud him. Matter of fact, first thought I had when he took LiAngelo out of UCLA is maybe this a good thing for them other two boys who got caught stealing. Because not a single person could convince me that they're being punished solely based on their actions. They're most definitely being punished more because they was with LiAngelo. And he's Lavar's son. And people don't like black people and they don't like Big Baller Brand. I wouldn't be surprised if LiAngelo falling on the sword and leaving won't have the consequence of getting them other boys back on the team within a week. Mark my words. Because you know, the one thing they hate more than a young black men who steal? They hate older black men who buck the system, raise the children the way they see fit, subvert the NCAA system, talk that shit, and do exactly what they damn well please. The second thing I thought was, where your daddy at? I feel like a lot of cats who hating online, their daddies never came watch them at none of their games. Never looked at their report card, much less homeschooled them like Lavar doing. Probably was disappointed that they never reached their full potential. But your pops never went all in on his kids like Lavar is obviously doing. Love him or hate him, he's trying to make this shit pop for the Ball household. Love him or hate him, he's not afraid to take an unpopular stance to do what he feels is right for his family. Love him or hate him, but don't hate him because you got daddy issues and your daddy ain't love you or giving you the attention you thought you should have got when you was growing up. But they say if I ain't got nothing nice to say, I shouldn't say nothing at all. Man, hey, best friend weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna be quiet. I got this an hour. I was gonna talk about it. Go ahead.
I mean, if you got something to add to
hey, one thing I can say about Lavar Ball, I agree with everything he just said. One thing I gotta say, it was still, I feel like you got to rock with him because he there. And he doing what he think the best for his kids. What we think or I think, I can't, whatever I think, it don't matter. I know that man there for them children, and it worked one time. Who said they gonna work again? You know what I'm saying? He know what's best. And his kids, them kids ain't said nothing. I rock with Lavar Ball. I don't like how he do everything, but I rock with him. It's his family, not mine.
That's his family, man. Man, it's cool, man. It's about to be a couple more weeks until Christmas, man. It's cool out time. We're gonna try to hit y'all with some fresh new content coming up, new things. We're gonna try to put new formats on the show. I'm having fun doing it. I hope you're having fun listening. I noticed a lot of people went. Our likes and reviews were up by a bunch on Apple Music. On the podcast app. And on SoundCloud and everything, man. Keep looking, keep hitting that old like button. Give us them 5 stars. Give us some feedback. Let's see where we could take this thing. But on our way out, I want to make sure I give the gas pedal certification of the week. We said we do music and a whole bunch of things, and we've been doing music for a few times. But this time, the gas pedal certification program, we're gonna celebrate Set Sail Apparel. So my boy Prosperity Cuts at Prosperity Cuts in Houston, right there on Cook Road. He always out there slanging that Set Sail Apparel. It's actually kind of nice, man. Y'all go to Set Sail Apparel, go to their website. They got a lot of cool stuff. I actually co-signed it. I got some of the hats, some sweats and everything else like that. What made me think about them is that check that out. What made me think about them was I was online the other day and I saw Michael Blackson post something with Lil Flip. And they was both wearing the Set Sail shirt, the It Only Gets Better tee. That's pretty damn cool. I saw Jacoby Jones on some things. They got some good little celebrity sponsors. So, y'all get at it, man. Get that Set Sail Apparel. That thing go hard, man.
For sure.
So we're going to let y'all out of here on some any old music, whatever we decide. It might just be the regular stuff.
Hey, one time before we leave, dark times teach you a lot. That's why you can't regret what you went through, but rather be thankful for the lesson it taught you.
Love's always giving y'all something. That's why y'all need him on the podcast every now and again, man.
That's the educated ignorance, man.
Educated ignorance coming back real soon, man. Probably around the Christmas break.
Yeah.
Man. We gotta put some money up for Los to get a mic.
Hey, start me a GoFundMe, all y'all rich cats out here. You know what I'm saying? I'm on child support, bro. I need y'all help out here, bro. The fun guy, man. I'm the fun police.
The fun police, man. I actually, I ran into Officer Friendly the other day. That boy, when I got pulled over and I was riding around, and they said I had ran through a stop sign.
On campus?
A moving stop. And I hit Officer Friendly. I said, man, call your boy. Because they just pulled me over and I got that yapper.
Yeah.
In case. And,
yeah.
And he was like,
Black lives do matter.
And he was like, be cool. That's a good man. Just trying to do his job. He just gonna give you a warning. Just cool out, man. I heard it over the Officer damn Friendly. He a friendly dude, man.
He really friendly with the police. Damn friendly. I gave you that name.